Man, I just got back from NYCC and it's a total madhouse. Crunchyroll invited me to see its brand new manga app at an exclusive event. I gotta say, they pulled out all the stops. There was this really nice breakfast spread, like orange juice, all that kind of things. But all eyes were glued to the rows of smartphones on display. And no, you know, it wasn't playing Mother's Basement recent video on each screen. That'd be kind of wild. Instead, everyone was drawn in by Crunchyroll's brand new app, like an otaku to anything Japanese. The hive mind of manga adoration fuels us all, I'm afraid. Let's get into it. So, top level info first. There are 3 different tiers of pricing for Crunchyroll's new manga app. These include Ultimate Fan at $16, Fan Plus Manga Plan for $12, and the Mega Fan Plus Manga for $15.49. So essentially, Crunchyroll aims to bundle anime streaming with manga access. So that's not half bad, really. It's a pretty good deal. I have some reservations. It is a little unfortunate that you can't have standalone manga subscription. That'd be kind of nice. You are priced into anime no matter what. In practice, it makes total sense to funnel anime enjoyers into the manga world, but, rare as it might be, if all you do is read manga or maybe even watch anime elsewhere, the Crunchyroll app probably isn't for you. Crunchyroll manga app specifically isn't for you. But, if you're willing to dive right into a manga after watching that particular anime, say Jujutsu Kaisen perhaps, this is arguably the best option around. I would know because this is exactly what happened to me with Freerun. I finished season 1 last year and could not wait for the follow-up. I could not wait for season 2. That show pulled on my heartstrings, and here I am several months later, 13 volumes deep, as you can see back there, all caught up for season 2. January cannot come faster, let me tell you. The Crunchyroll app is designed for this very person, this very concept, and it's only going to make enjoying manga easier and potentially even cheaper to consume. Crunchyroll also made it entirely independent from the app, right? There are some pros and cons to this, but I personally think it's the right call. Separating the 2 apps makes for a cleaner, less cluttered interface and helps to distinguish the 2 variations from the get-go. A few people were critical of this decision at the event, but I definitely like that Crunchyroll went the route of separating them. I think it's better not bundling anime and manga, so you're not confusing people, right? It's already annoying enough to have to switch from English to Japanese audio when watching certain shows. So imagine having to switch from manga to anime or vice versa. It would get pretty hectic. And I think leaving them as independent apps is the apt approach. A PR representative told me there would be over 200 manga to enjoy at the start. I haven't counted all the options on there yet. I haven't taken a deep dive into it, so I don't know how accurate that number is. The website lists several partnered publishers, including Viz, Yen Press, Square Enix, Alpha Polis, Shueisha, and J Novel Club. I think there's a couple other ones too, but that's a lot. That's a lot of diversity. Manga apps such as Viz and Shonen Plus offer around, I want to say, 130 and 90 manga titles respectively. Comixology also has a hefty number of manga titles, somewhere in the hundreds, but Crunchyroll is far better known and far closer to the action given its anime connections, Sony ruling party, right? I'm interested to see the list of titles grow too. Crunchyroll is an ever-expanding force, so it'll be fascinating to watch the app mature and see whether fans really gravitate to it for further manga appreciation. We'll see. Crunchyroll manga also veers from other notable misses in the market, like Dark Horse Digital, that had a really messy end after shutting down earlier this year. It stopped its direct-to-reader sales as consumer reading preferences have evolved in different directions. Okay, yeah. Beyond its graphic novels, Dark Horse has quite a few manga titles under its wing, most prominently, Berserk and Mob Psycho 100. Look who's come to join me. What do you think of the Crunchyroll manga app? Got nothing? Don't want to sit in my lap. Yeah. It's hard to say if Dark Horse would saddle up with Crunchyroll, but it would be awesome if some of its catalog could make its way onto the Crunchyroll app over time. The duo often works together, if only slightly. Some Dark Horse books are available for purchase on the Crunchyroll store, and Crunchyroll News publicizes Dark Horse manga licenses. So there's precedent for an eventual manga distribution partnership of some kind, but we'll have to wait and see. Although it's an exciting prospect, I'm still skeptical about Crunchyroll's app. I think it's great for people who like to read content digitally, but as you can see, I'm far more of a fan of the physical variety. I'm a collector, so it's hard for me to jive with digital platform like this, but I do see the good in making manga more accessible and cheaper to consume. I think that's the key. That being said, you might be wondering how cheap it is compared to buying physical. This will largely depend on your manga reading habits, obviously. Hypothetically, let's say you'll read like 2 to 4 manga in 1 month. On average, most single manga volumes like Frieren, or Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super are around $10 USD. Beefier volumes and deluxe sets like Blam or colorized reprints like Gundam The Origin can be even more expensive, like $30-ish, give or take. A typical manga haul per month might equate to like $30 to $40. $50 if we're really going bananas. Or when you just want to say fuck it and get the Berserk Deluxe volume you've been eyeing for months. Clearly, Crunchyroll's monthly subscription tier, whether you're paying $12 or $16, is going to be far less expensive than buying physical, so long as you're reading regularly and the content offered covers most of your interests. Not only are you getting tons and tons of manga to dive into, but you're also getting anime to complement them all. So far, that's pretty unheard of in this space. If you're not like me and you don't care much about collecting and just want to dive into your favorite shonen, seinen, or slice of life, Crunchyroll manga is a fantastic offering. And again, I'm not sponsored, promise. However, theoretically, you could pay less for other services, like Viz Manga and its Shonen Jump subscription. They both cost, I think it's actually Viz $2 and Shonen is $4. Neither give you any access to anime, but it's a great bargain, especially seeing as the service offers just a little less manga than Crunchyroll, around 130 titles versus 200. This is why I'm urging Crunchyroll to consider a manga-only subscription for those who might want it, especially if Crunchyroll does, as its fact page claims, end up bringing the app to more territories in the future. As of March 2025, Crunchyroll topped 17 million active subscribers, according to Sony's fiscal year 2024 earnings. In the same report, it estimates some 10% year-on-year growth in US dollars in operating income, driven primarily by Crunchyroll. That's crazy. It's a lot of hype and a lot of trust in one segment. Yet Sony sees this small, quote-unquote, niche platform as one of its biggest earners. That's not a mistake. You need to only look at the 5th highest earning movie this year in Demon Slayer to see the as of yet uncracked potential in this small pocket of the entertainment sector. Crunchyroll is aiming to capitalize on this bubbling success in the West, and it just might be a major win for them. Despite slight headwinds, there's some pushback, right? Like the estimated 8.5 trillion yen in annual damages caused by readers accessing Japanese works for free on global piracy sites, as reported by Patrick Messias. There's serious growth in manga purchases within the ebook sector. Animenomics reported in January, Japan's digital manga sales revenue grew 6% year over year, topping $3.3 billion in USD. That's crazy. Digital manga itself accounted for as much as 94% of ebook market growth in Japan. While these numbers pertain solely to the East, Animenomics would later report in August how manga sales abroad are flourishing, particularly deluxe editions. Berserk strikes again. Telling you, everyone wants that Berserk Deluxe Edition. It stands to reason that a monthly subscription model set by one of the most well-known anime distributors in the US would benefit from making manga more accessible to the masses. The fact that it doesn't offer individual purchases, like the fallen Dark Horse digital app of yore, also makes Crunchyroll manga far more appealing. Even if you're a collector like me, you might not get to keep all your digital ebooks in the end, but you'll be paying less for broader access. Hopefully. Therein lies the rub. My one major reservation with the app is potential content restrictions. Crunchyroll could largely focus on elevating manga that funnels its users into Crunchyroll's existing IP. I spent about an hour, probably less than an hour, combing the service a little bit, checking it out, and A large portion of the manga that I'd want to read, such as Berserk, Dorohedoro, Inuyasha, Elfen Lied, these obviously aren't there. They're not available yet. I'm curious whether they ever even would make it onto the server, seeing as Crunchyroll most likely wouldn't get the anime rights to the particular titles either, or merchandise. That's the big one. I'm genuinely curious what Sony's earnings report might look like fiscal year 2025, right? I'm also curious what you think. Are you buying into the hype and subscribing, or is Crunchyroll manga not for you? As I've already stated, I'm a big collector. I generally like reading physical books over digital ebooks, but I can see the pros in going digital. I can see it. I've moved, like 5 times now? About 5 times, and I can tell you, lugging 6 gigantic boxes of books ain't fun. Trust me. Anyway, let me know if you want a full review. I can dive into the Crunchyroll app a little bit more and give you feedback, right? I need like a month to dive in and read a bit, but if y'all want an in-depth perspective, especially like a face-off against Viz's manga app, I wouldn't be opposed to relaying my thoughts. Currently, I'm feeling quite positive about the Crunchyroll manga app, but I would like to see Japanese text become available, a cheaper manga-only subscription tier, and a broader range of content. I think those aren't asking for too much, right? But with that, I think I've said everything I need to say. As always, if you like this and want more anime, manga, and gaming deep dives, let me know by subscribing. Be nice. Also, comment down below. Comment with your favorite manga. I'm always open to weird and wacky reads. Casher and Sins. Give me some weird stuff. Casher and Sins. Anyway, thanks for joining. Thank you, seriously. Thanks for watching. And whatever you do, don't drown out there. Smell you in the next one.